me on this, bro. Just the mere act of you clicking on this video, it freaking implies you're going through a pretty terrible shit moment of your life. And you're just making like a big fucking mistake. The reason I'm saying this is not for views, something like I know right now you'll be tempted to click off this video. I never really ever gave a shit about views. That's why I don't add like thumbnails, titles, all of that crap. I just wish someone told this to me like 2 days ago, maybe a week ago, maybe a month ago. Because this shit fucking made my life hell. I finally fixed it maybe like 30-40 minutes ago. There was something which actually opened my eyes. And I was like, damn, this shit kind of makes sense. Because I asked hundreds and thousands of people. I'm not joking when I say this, like, I literally went on school.com, it's a pretty popular site, you probably know it. I went to groups which had people of my exact niche, like people exactly like me, who are doing exactly what I'm doing. I asked at least 100,000 people. I put out my questions in front of all of them. They all gave me like answers of different types. Someone said like do this shit, someone said do that shit, someone was like bro do this, someone was like do that. I went on YouTube looking for answers. Someone told me that's going to be the right thing. Someone told me that is going to be the right thing. And I just tried fucking everything. I looked at all the sources. 99% of the things which I received as replies and answers, that's absolute fucking bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you can go through this journey, like, I'll just tell you what exactly happened so you can see if this video is relevant for you. But trust me, man, like, I don't think so I've ever said it. I genuinely wish someone made this video for me, like a month ago. I wouldn't have wasted time. I would have made more fucking money. I would have had more clarity in my life. I would have had a overall better quality of life. My mental health, overall peace, overall mental well-being, physical well-being, everything would have been like 1,000,000,000 fucking times better. The problem I eventually ran into, like the exact thing, I was kind of struggling with the question which I asked people. I asked people, do you think the niche in which I am in right now, like I obviously assume you know what a niche is. Basically, whenever you start a business, it's a very smart and a very wise decision, especially if you're like not fucking Amazon or Google or something, to start out trying to target only a very small particular group of people. Like you might be like, so man, like Amazon is a 14-figure company, 14-figure company. Why the fuck should I listen to you? Amazon started out as a service which specializes in books. It just started from selling books. If you go back and you track everything, Facebook was initially designed just for Harvard students and everything. So if you're still pondering, if you're still thinking, if having a niche in the business, whatever, especially in the beginning, is a smart idea or not, just take my word for it. It absolutely is. Because coming to the exact same things I was speaking about earlier, I wasted so much of my time. I added so much of complexity in my mind, and that did not even lead to a positive outcome which I was hoping for, just because I did not have a clarity of niche. Like, that's the only problem which had been plaguing my life for the last 30 fucking days. Not knowing if I should switch and pivot from the existing niche I was in. So the niche I was in, like the service, the product, whatever I was selling, I was targeting marketing agency owners, like especially those boring ones, because they have like absolutely zero clue about how to get clients and everything. Like those people who fucking list their businesses on Google. Like, you search for dentist in insert city and Google Maps shows you like fucking businesses, right? So there are some agency owners as well who list out their businesses on Google, whatever. And I'm speaking about these fucking boring businesses. I was targeting them. And what we used to do, we used to go into the business. We used to set up like outbound systems and client acquisition systems, which allowed them to bring in a steady flow of appointments, mostly using outbound. But if someone was ready, if someone would actually benefit from content, and if someone would actually benefit from paid advertising as well, we helped them set up the same thing in their business as well. So all in all, I was doing this thing for a couple of months maybe. Earlier I had a business where I used to help creators with monetizing the audiences, like typical Instagram influencers, the typical gurus, whatever you want to say. And it was a nice business. The only issue was that these people, even though we got them results, revenue, everything, they were absolute terrible entrepreneurs and they did not know how to build a good product, and the audience felt scammed. They were like, bro, you marketed it so well because we were the ones who were marketing whatever he or she was selling. We analyzed all of their Instagram profiles, whatever, and we saw, okay, this person has commented this thing related to that, so we'll feed all of this shit into our AI system and AI will tell us what exactly needs to be taken care of. So it was working well. We were able to find the product market fit, we were able to monetize it, we were able to like get sales, revenue, whatever, everything. But at the same time, the only issue which these people were facing, like the issue or the roadblock they were bumping their head into, was simply the fact that like they did not know how to build a good product, and my mind just wandered off like thinking of random bullshit. Anyways, that's a story for another day. So I like just started this thing after a couple of months because there was one person, like we saw a common fucking trend. I reached out to actually Aryan, the founder of Ademize. You might know it's like India's one of like the biggest marketing agency of India. And I did not know anything about it. I reached out to Aryan, who's the founder of the same. He does like a lot of money basically every single month. It's like literally the biggest company in the digital marketing space in India at least. And I thought he was like an influencer. And when I reached out to him, he was like, bro, like how the fuck can you help me, whatever. And I asked him, like I just went to his Instagram profile and he had tagged his marketing agency as well. So I asked him like I can help you add like a couple thousand of dollars in your monthly recurring revenue. And then he asked me like how? I asked him, do you want us to help you with monetizing your existing audience? He had around 250,000 like followers on Instagram. And I said like, do you need help with that? Or do you want more customers and clients for your marketing agency, Ademize? And he was like, I want more leads for Ademize. Because at the current moment, like he has a pretty big presence on Instagram, obviously. He has been to like Josh Talks, whatever, which is basically like the Indian version of TED Talks. And he said all of my clients were coming via referrals and inbound. He had never tried outbound. I think he was running ads, but he did not mention it. Like his team member, his partner, I think his name was Ravinder. Yeah, Ravinder. So we had a call with him, whatever. And they were pretty interested in the idea of outbound. They were like, okay, you're gonna reach out to people of like different countries. They wanted to expand out of India in international markets. And that's what they came to us for. And so yeah, basically that kind of gave me like a light bulb moment. I can maybe help agency owners as well. Because they actually have like a legit fucking business. And they're not like doing some random messy shit, like they're not fucking influencers, if it makes sense. They actually have a team. They're selling like done for you services, which is much easier to sell than a course or a community or a coaching package where you're saying like, bro, I'm gonna do all of this work, you just pay me the money and you're gonna get this thing out in front of your eyes and you can like do whatever the fuck you wanna do in it like 2 weeks from now. So I just asked my partner, like we got a couple of calls, like there was a day where we had like 3 to 4 calls from people who were content creators and 3 to 4 calls from people who were like agency owners. Because I don't know why, like it's a common trend. Every person who has an agency eventually moves on to creating content because people understand like having a personal brand is like a high leverage thing. Selling digital products, whatever, it's much higher leverage compared to just going to people and telling them, yeah, like I'm going to do this work for you, because essentially you're selling your time and your skills. And as you scale, as you grow, you sell the time and skills of other people. So that's the basis of the agency model. And then I got this idea. Okay, I'll go into the niche of agency owners. And it started out pretty well. I got a couple of appointments. Then it kind of dipped. I had struggle booking appointments, whatever. Then I tried WhatsApp as a system of reaching out to people, as a way of generating leads, clients, everything. I tried WhatsApp. And WhatsApp worked well. Extremely fucking well. Like, there was a time where I was genuinely like struggling. Like, there had been no fucking appointments for like 2 to 3 weeks. And my business partner, like, I was genuinely pissed off. And kind of like the frustration was coming out on him as well, because I'm like, bro, you're not fucking booking appointments, whatever. I'll just fucking take this thing in my hands. Because the work was divided. Like, I was taking care of the marketing and the sales side. Sorry, he was taking care of the marketing and sales side of things, like booking the appointments. At that time, I was better at sales than him. I think so. I still am, but I just don't genuinely enjoy getting on sales calls because I like to have like a schedule where I'm free. I personally just don't enjoy sales calls. A lot of people do, and he absolutely enjoyed them. So I told him, okay, like we're eventually going to train you to take the sales calls yourself. But at that time, I was the one who was taking the sales call, and his job was to generate the appointments. I was like, bro, I'll fucking take this thing in my own hands, and I'll start booking meetings, whatever, everything for the sales calls. And I just started reaching out to people. And I think in like 30 to 40 minutes, we booked a couple of meetings, and he was going crazy. I was just texting him on WhatsApp, okay, call booked this time, this time, this time, this time, whatever. And like he went absolutely haywire. He was like, bro, like what the fuck are you doing? We're getting appointments so fucking fast, whatever. And it was genuinely working like really well for us. And then we started to do. Then we signed a couple extra clients, whatever. Like it was ups and downs. Not gonna lie to you. What happened in the past month is I just I just had this epiphany moment in my life, just a random thing I had in my mind, where I was like, bro, let's say there's an agency owner who comes to us, who asks us, like, okay, bro, like help me with fucking appointments, with getting clients, leads, whatever. I was like, bro, he's clearly gonna be struggling because he does not know how to get appointments, and he's a struggling business. How can I really help him? Like, how can I charge like high ticket prices? And that shit got to my head. It got to my head like agency owners are fucking misers. Like, they don't want to pay money, whatever. They don't believe in the idea of investing in their business. I started to think like, okay, these people are arrogant. They think like they can do all of the shit themselves even though they're fucking struggling. That shit again got to my head. I'm thinking like these people won't buy from me. I'm thinking that these people just don't buy. They just don't want to pay. These people are struggling. They don't have the fucking funds to pay. And I got another limiting belief. If there's an agency who is actually doing well, who's actually making a lot of money, whatever, everything, the issue then arises that if they're at a higher monthly recurring revenue than us, they clearly are better at marketing than us. So why would they actually even consider paying us money? Why would they actually consider even working with us in the first place? And all these thoughts got into my head. So what did I do? I went into ChatGPT. I went to ChatGPT and I started to ask it like a couple of questions. I started to ask ChatGPT like, hey ChatGPT, what do you think should I do right now? Like this is the problem, that is the problem. Then it gave me a niche, okay, you should be targeting like IV hydration clinics, which is basically like a therapy where they inject some water or urine, something like that. It said you should be targeting med spas, whatever. Because according to ChatGPT, these were like actual, legit, real fucking businesses. And the biggest problem in my life, like the thing which had been plaguing my life the most, was not having fucking clarity what niche I should be targeting in the past 30 days. And you know, like the problem does not sound very massive, very grave, but it is actually just like a symptom of a problem which I can guarantee you're fucking struggling with if you're watching this video till this point. Because that's exactly what I was doing. I was watching all the different videos. I was watching like 10 fucking different courses. I was watching Consulting Accelerator by Sam Owens, Charlie Morgan's Imperium, Acquisition, Easy Grow Program, everything. I'm watching all these fucking courses trying to find the fucking answers. And every single video left me more confused than ever before. Sometimes I'm thinking like, should I really be selling high ticket thing in the first place? Like I was literally about to go and fire my sales team. I was like, bro, what I'm gonna do is like the main concept I wanna like help you understand is there's a thing known as shiny object syndrome. And just comment below this video, like just put this timestamp and remind me to add a video by Sam Owens. He had it on his YouTube channel related to shiny object syndrome, so you can either just search it up or just like add this timestamp in the comment section and remind me to add the link to the video because I know I'll fucking forget right now. And he had an awesome, lovely video where he said, bro, what will happen in your life is there's gonna be a thing which is known as a shiny object syndrome, where instead of actually fixing the problem which needs to be fixed, your mind will run away from it because facing the pain is obviously going to be painful, and your mind, your brain, your body, your evolutionary psychology is designed in a way to run away from pain. what your mind is gonna do, it will fall for the new shiny fucking object thing. It'll fall for an AI automation agency selling software as a service. Like, I literally started to think maybe I should not even be selling high ticket shit. It's going to be much more difficult. I should be selling like lower ticket prices, lower ticket products, everything. I should just go and start selling AI to X person, like that person. I literally started a new fucking business. Like, the video is live on my YouTube channel. Sure, it's a cool channel. Like, I just started a new business in 24 hours and like got the first sale. Whatever, it's a very cool fucking idea. But I need to remember, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not I'm not a YouTuber who goes around doing these fucking challenges for fun. Yeah, sure, like, okay, I got like $100 a month, whatever, from a fucking client. The basic concept, like, if you don't want to watch that video, it was like I went to Google Maps, I scraped all the maps, and I just decided to find all the people who did not have a website on their Google My Business, and I offered them like a free website, and they just cover the maintenance and hosting. And because my software has maintenance and hosting, it's absolutely free for me. So I get like $100 to $300 a month, absolutely passive income with zero charges. And the website is, I have templates in my software already. So I just needed to change like a couple of things. And in like 10 minutes, the website was ready. That's the thing I was selling. I fucking started a new business just because I did not want to face the pain of fixing the current problems in my current business. Like, my sales rep told me, like, people don't want to pay, they want a free trial, whatever, bro. I'm thinking, like, bro, like, this, I literally thought I should just go around, like, offering people free trials instead. If I'm getting the objections, if my sales reps are getting the objections on the call. Bro, it just shows my sales reps are currently not doing their job well enough. And instead of actually tackling the problem, that the sales skills right now are not good enough, maybe because they don't understand the product well enough, they're not following the sales script well enough. I went around a new business model. I'm looking for new fucking business models. I'm starting new businesses, like doing random fucking challenges for YouTube. And these people, like, instead of telling them, okay, you need to fucking fix this shit, like, this is the problem in your last call, I repeat your last call, like, this is the problem, that's the problem, that's the problem. I'm telling them, bro, okay, cool, we can just offer free trials instead. I gave them the leverage, I gave them the flexibility that if someone genuinely has the funds, whatever, everything, you can give them the option to opt in for a free trial. Like, we get them the first client at zero cost, whatever. And then I started to think, bro, like, who the fuck is even gonna take us seriously? I did it for a client, and this like gentleman from South Africa, Cape Town, he tells me, bro, like, yeah, sure, like, this is a very good offer. And after that, I did it. It's been like 24 hours. He's not even fucking filled the onboarding form. I don't want to work with these people for free, man. Like, it's devaluing me. It's devaluing myself as a person. And the only reason this happened, the only reason, I literally thought I'll fire my sales reps and I'll just go on offering free trials to people so that I don't even have to get on a sales call and the deal would be done in like 10 minutes. That's a fucking pain avoidance symbol. What happens is whenever we start a new business, we do anything, we run into pain. We run into problems. And what our brain fucking does, this stupid piece of shit, the problem with your brain is the biggest fucking problem, bro. Read Reality Transfer again to tell you, like, your brain is such a fucking piece of shit, man. Like, it's literally the cause of 99% suffering in your life. And it'll fucking convince you that instead of, like, facing the problem head on, it's a smart idea to invest your time into that thing, invest your time into that shit. It'll just keep on moving from one thing to another, not actually fucking tackling the problem because it fucking knows that it's painful. And it has been hardwired to run away from the pain, to fucking run away from shit. And I'll tell you what all the things which I did in order to run away from the pain of actually figuring it out. Changing my entire business model, changing my niche, changing the exact thing I was delivering, like, literally thinking for a moment, should I be doing business in the first place? Like, that is the level of autistic shit details I was thinking. I literally thought, like, I'm not joking. Someone might look at this and you might be thinking I'm fucking joking, it's a meme, whatever. I literally thought shutting everything down, moving to Dagestan, the famous place in Russia for UFC, whatever, and becoming a fighter. I literally thought that I could move to Dagestan, I could become a fighter, whatever. That's the level of fucking pain avoidance your brain comes up with. I thought switching niches, I did outreach in other niches, I booked sales calls in other niches as well. I just did everything which was possible. Everything imaginable you can think of. Changing service delivery, changing niches. One day I was targeting private equity companies, one day I was targeting agency owners, whatever. And it's fucking stupid. All I needed to fix was improve the sales process of my existing sales reps. And if they're having issues, even though they're getting like sales calls in the calendar and the people are just not converting and the sales process is actually nice, maybe they need to be nurtured before they get on the call, the people. And for that, all I need to do is like film a 20 to 60-minute video which nurtures them and send it to them before they get on the call, so that they're actually educated, they actually understand what is the thing they're supposed to do. Again, pretty stupid. And that's the problem which needs to be fixed if you define it, but your brain is like just caught in fucking pendulums. You'll understand this word if you read that book, Reality Transurfing. It's just stuck in shit and it makes your life harder than it actually has to be. And all you fucking had to do more was just fucking define the fucking problem. This is what needs to be fixed. And like, what else could be done? Like, all the problems which I was suffering, like, which made me think, should I move to fucking Dagestan for fuck's sake and become a fighter instead of an entrepreneur? Like, give up on the vision, everything I had for life as a whole. The only thing which I was trying to run away from, the painful problem, was recording a 20 to 40 minute video on Loom. Like, taking the sales calls which my reps were taking and training them on how they could have improved. Invest maybe 1 hour of my time reviewing the sales call a day. This is literally all I had to fucking do. Literally all I had to do. After that, what else? Maybe the quality of the appointments, the people who we are reaching out to, that could have been improved. And all it would require from my end was maybe just reach out to better quality people. And let's say I don't know how to do that. Or it would require for me to educate myself, think. Because we have this brain which we use for every different thing, except to just think of what needs to be done to get out of the fucking situation we put ourselves in. We use it for everything else. Trying to becoming a UFC fighter instead of an entrepreneur just because you don't know how to fix one fucking problem. And we use it for that. But we won't use it to think, okay, why does this problem exist in the first place? Why the fuck does this problem? Like, how can it be solved? And now that I'm breaking it down live in front of you in this video, it's making sense. Another problem. My brain told me once, maybe I should stop doing cold emails. Because I don't get like very good deliverability, very good reply rates. I thought of all this shit. Instead of just thinking, bro, even if I'm getting low deliverability, if I 10x my volume, I'll reach out to 10 times more people. I was thinking like, there was an email campaign which got only like a 24% open rate. And a part of me was like, bro, you should just like stop this email campaign altogether. Like just close it, like just shut it off. And I was like, bro, why the fuck? There are 1,000 people in this campaign. And with a 24.7% open rate, I still reached out to like 247 people. I put my offer in front of 247 people, like 247 human beings. It's a lot. Like that's almost the entirety of 12th grade in a normal high school. Actually, above average high school. Because the total number of students is like in India, at least like the place where I studied, it was what like around 150, 200 students per grade. There were like maybe 5 sections, maybe 6 sections, 30 to 40 students. So it's actually a lot of people if we think of it this way. It required zero effort from my end. It took me what, like 1,000 emails would have costed me how much? Less than like what, $2-3 to send. For $2-3, I could put my offer out in front of 247 people and our brain convince us to not do it. Then it would go and like, this is one of the things which you do. You just spend more money trying to fall for shiny object syndromes. You're out there scrolling Instagram, then you see an ad. of the world's highest converting DM script, and you think maybe sales call as a whole is not even the right thing, and this person is selling this course for $7. I should buy this $7 course. You buy the course, then you buy the software subscription of a random software which you truly do not need, and you're just trying to buy your way out of the problem. You're just thinking I can just buy shit. Especially you don't even buy like the right things. If someone told you, I'll fucking fix your fundamentals, I'll fucking help you choose one fucking niche which you stick to for like 5 fucking years in your business, you won't buy that. You won't buy someone helping you with fundamentals of business, of mindset, all those different things. You just buy the person's course who's like, yeah, bro, like install this AI tool in your business and get 69 times more sales in the next 2.7 minutes. You just buy shiny object shit. You don't buy the actual shit which actually helps you. Because I'm not saying like buying things are bad or something. Because the only thing which actually fixed this problem for me was something which I paid for, which is Charlie Morgan's course. I was like sick and tired of everything. And before this video, like before filming this video, like right now I'm recording on my laptop over here. And I was just out there, like over there, the blue pillar where you can see. I was sitting there, laptop on my lap, and just watching the course. The third video which he has is something called specialist domination, which is related to niche selection. And I was just watching it again, like just trying to think, okay, what does this fucking person who's clearly successful in a very fucking saturated niche, coaches, consultants, agency owners, course creators, the exact same niche I'm in, who has clearly been extremely successful in this niche, and he's able to sell like $11,000 packages and deals to people who are actually kind of broke. Like, what does he say about niche selection? And I've watched this video like 3 times before this, by the way. And I just watch it again. And the things which he said, it made sense. Every fucking idiot on the internet told me having saturation, having competition, it's bad. But he was like, bro, imagine if there was no saturation. That means there is no fucking demand. It's not actually a good thing. If you were a fish, would you like to go in a pond for survival where there are like hundreds, thousands, millions of other fishes? Or would you potentially risk going into a pond where there's absolutely no fish, or maybe 2 to 3 fishes? Something might be a bit sketchy over there. Sure, it might be a great pond, it might have the access to the right resources, everything, but the chances of that is actually pretty slim. You'll go to this pond, right? And one thing which he said, which made me think, okay, he filmed out this course for like 3,000, 4,000 people who are watching it right now. But it genuinely felt like he was speaking to me. It was like what most people do. They choose a niche, and after 3 months, they run into a problem. Then they choose another niche. Because it's painful running into that problem, not knowing what to do. How to solve this issue in sales. How to solve this issue in appointment booking. How to solve this issue in service delivery. How to get people results extremely fucking fast. People run into these issues. They bang their head against the wall. And then they just think, okay, there's a wall in front of me. I don't know how to climb it. My muscles are not strong enough. And they just keep on banging their head for a while. And when it hurts a lot, because it's painful, they just think, maybe this wall is not worth conquering as a whole. They think, okay, this wall is way too big. And even though there's all the treasure, all the things which they want on the other side of it, they just don't even bother trying to cross it. They run off in the opposite direction, and then they face a similar wall. Then they run off to this direction, then that direction. And then this just keeps on happening for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And then they think, okay, bro, like this thing of online business, whatever, it's a fucking scam. It's absolutely like, it's just not worth it. Because, like, just try to think of it. No matter what niche you choose, there will be problems. Sure, the niche, like let's say a very common thing which I thought was the problem with my niche was the fact that agency owners, whatever, they're already technical savvy, they already have like understanding of how to get clients, whatever. The niche, like let's say I listened to ChatGPT and I went into the niche of med spas, which is again a pretty saturated niche, like everyone knows that. But yeah, let's say hypothetically, I went into that niche. The problem I would then run into when I was targeting med spas, whatever, everything, is that these people are not tech savvy. They don't understand technology. And they don't even fucking see the value in what we have to offer. Because they think, yeah, like just depending on fucking word of mouth referrals is great. I have to convince them, I have to sell them the idea that depending on something else apart from referrals is going to be important for the business. So you run into problems in any fucking niche, any fucking thing you do. Like, shiny object syndrome is something which prevails in all aspects of life, man. If you're thinking of it. Because, like, how do I even explain it? In health, just because you're stuck at a particular exercise, what I used to do, like this happened with me. I used to pick an exercise for 1.5, 2 months. I used to make like phenomenal progress on the same. My weight was going up, my lifts were going up, like I was hitting PRs, like new weights being achieved every single week. Then after 2 months, there always used to be a point, I don't know why, if it's a problem with me or a universal problem, the weights would not go up. My progress would stall. And instead of researching, going on to YouTube, asking people, how exactly do you fix this bottleneck? How do you like actually add more weight to the bar? I used to pick a new exercise. Let's say I was doing Bulgarian split squats for my legs. I'll just move on to Smith machine squats or the leg press or a hack squat. I used to pick the new exercise, do it for 2 to 3 months, again run into the same problem. And then I would either move on to a new exercise or come back to the original exercise because I thought, okay, that was the great thing. And the problem was, whatever exercise, like whatever weight I left the previous exercise at, like let's say simplicity purposes, I choose Smith machine squats. And I could not go beyond 100 kgs in weight. I would move on to hack squats, hit maybe let's say 80, 90 kgs, whatever, stall over there after 2 months, and now I'm stuck. So I think I should start doing like Smith machine squats again. I would go to the squat machine, I would load up the bar, and I won't be able to hit like 100 kgs because I've not done that exercise in 2 months. I would start off at 90 kgs, bring it back up to maybe let's say 100, maybe 105 kgs, run into the same problem, do the exact same shit, and I'll be stuck at the same weight for months because I switched exercises. I fell for the shiny object syndrome. I saw a reel from the fucking influencer who says like put your bicep like this and do this exercise. Or you need to be doing shoulder press at a very weird angle. Or dumbbell shoulder press, like dumbbell press is not a very great exercise. And you need to be doing this weird crazy combination when the cable crossover machine, something like that. Instead of facing the problem, instead of going through the pain, of not realizing, instead, like I just did not want to feel dumb. We all don't want to feel dumb. We all don't want to accept and admit that we don't know this shit because we're fucking arrogant, egotistical creatures. And in order to preserve our ego, we try to go and do something which we know we're going to be good at. For example, me recording this video. I be completely honest with you. I figured out that I was suffering with shiny object syndrome. I was just constantly juggling niches. I was trying to find success in this niche and that niche, whatever. I was just constantly stuck in this loop, whatever. Instead of fixing that shit, instead of actually, okay, I need to reach out to these people, I'll scrape some leads, I'll do that thing. I was like, bro, I'll just fucking film a video first. Because that will bring me more clarity. Maybe it's a form of cope. Maybe it's a form of procrastination. It can be. I really don't know. Because I know I'll be good at it. I know like I'm good at like speaking in front of a camera without scripting, without doing anything. It's very easy for me. Like I just press record. I did not think of what to say. All these things like they're coming naturally, spontaneously. And I think I've just filmed a lot. That's why I'm able to do it. At least in my opinion. And that's why I did it. So the only thing I wanted to let you know, man, like the only thing I realized is whenever you start something new in any field, health, wealth, relationships, business especially, your niche, your offer, whatever you're selling, after like 30 to 90 days, you reach a point where it becomes painful. And you think if this shit is even worth it. Should you pivot? Should you switch? Should you do something different? Should you do another different thing? Should you move on to another field? That thing, whatever. Your brain starts coming up with these ideas. Maybe you buy a new course, a new community. Like that's what I did. Buying new softwares, new fucking courses, joining paid school communities of different fucking people. Even though it is not related to my business. You do all of this shit. And after that, the only thing you're left with is stagnation, which was the problem which was there in the initial stage. You tried all of this different shit because you had stagnated in a particular area of life. Maybe your lifts weren't going up in the gym, maybe you were not making the progress in your diet which you wanted, maybe you were unable to approach women, maybe your relationship had stalled, you absolutely hated the person you were with, or maybe your business was not at the place where you wanted it to be, and you had faced stagnation, which was painful because after you've experienced growth, stagnating is very fucking painful. Just take it from me. Like, I was an absolute idiot for the majority part of my life, and that was not a problem to me, to be really honest. I did not feel a lot of pain. But growing, making progress, and then stalling, like that shit is fucking painful. And so in order to run away from the pain of stagnation, both me and you, bro, we try to do something new. We make some progress initially because it's new. And when you're into anything which is new, you initially make some progress because the bar to making progress is very low. Going from 5 kg to 10 kg in dumbbell curls when you're starting out in the gym is very easy. But going from 35 kgs in dumbbell curls to dumbbell curls or whatever, bicep curls, to 40 kgs after you've been lifting for 7 years, it's much more difficult. So even though you're just adding 5 kgs to the bar, it's genuinely much more difficult than going from 5 kgs to 10 kgs. So whenever you're new, you go into something new, you have that fucking sense of, that progress. And you absolutely love it. Your monkey reptilian brain, your dopamine craving brain, it absolutely loves that. And it wants more of it, but eventually it stalls as well. Because that's the case with everything, from what I've realized. I'm not saying I know everything, the secrets of the universe, I've just seen. Eventually you do stall. Eventually you stop making as much progress as you made initially. And what happens after that? After you've stalled, after you're not making progress, you go into something new. And instead of actually reaching the place where you were supposed to, you just take U-turns, you move into that direction, and you waste years and you're lost. And going through the pain, it seems much more scary. It seems scarier than it actually is. That's what I learned from Sam Owens today. He's most people live in denial. They act in certain ways, and when they get the results of acting like an idiot, they wonder why. They live in denial. They don't want to accept and admit that what they're doing is not going to get them the things which they're looking for. And he said living in denial is actually more painful than just confronting the fucking fears which you have in your mind. And just defining out the problem and fixing that. Because when things are not defined, it appears anything which is vague, why are we scared of ghosts? Because we can't see a ghost, as kids especially. We don't know what they look like. We don't know where they are. When it's darkness and we can know we want to use the washroom, as children, we were scared. Because there were no lights, it was dark, and we did not know what was there. If there was light, I don't think so. Most people were scared of going to the washroom alone during daylight, when there was fucking sun shining and you can see everything. Because when things are clear, you don't fall into the trap of fear, of anxiety, all of that crap. It, the devil, the Satan, whatever you want to call it, it operates from the shadows, from darkness, from vagueness, when things are not clear. When, right now, as I did it in front of you, just defining the problems. What are the things which are actually stopping us? That's all 50-60% of the problems. Now you have so much of clarity. Okay, I just need to fix this shit. And after that, things will be sorted. After that, I'll be good to go. And it brings you such a level of peace and clarity, which words can't describe how genuinely awesome that is. And I've not scripted out anything in this video, so I don't really know what you should be taking away from it, but hopefully the story is there enough for you to actually relate to your own fucking life and be bro, there are people who are making $1 million fucking dollars in the exact niche I'm targeting. So if they can do it, that means it's possible. Sure, okay, my niche is saturated, whatever, but it is actually a good thing. Because when I'm in a saturated niche, if I could differentiate myself, if I could position myself a bit differently from everyone else around me, I can win. Because niches never saturate. That's what I learned from Charlie Morgan. The way people acquire clients in that niche and the offers which are made to people in the niche, that is the thing which saturates. Niches never saturates. Like, have you ever tried to think, what does you saying like a niche has become saturated, like what the fuck does that imply? If you say e-commerce niche, which is a very competitive niche, if you say e-com is a very saturated niche, that's a stupid statement, because you are implying that every single person who has an e-commerce brand, he has taken care of all the problems in his life, which is not true. What does almost every e-commerce owner, e-commerce company owner, dropshipping company owner, whatever, what do they all have in common? They want to increase, grow, scale their revenue. They want more returns from the advertising. They want an Instagram organic audience, which leads to them getting more products. Their cost of purchasing is going up. Their cost per click, cost per milli, ROAS, return on ad spend, everything is going down. They're not happy with the results. And as long as there are people in the niche who have a fucking painful problem which needs to be solved, it's not a saturated niche. The offers which people are putting in front of them are gonna like 5x your ROAS in the next 13 days, or you don't pay. That's the same offer everyone is using. So yeah, that is saturated. People are putting the same exact ads, the same exact outreach messages, they're getting needs from the same exact sources. And yeah, sure, that thing is saturated. These different things, they eventually do end up saturating. But people, like companies, they don't saturate. Niches don't saturate. So all the things which are in our head, you just have to see like how do I invert it? If it's in the context of business, you need to look at someone who's already in your exact field and doing exactly what you want to do. Because that'll exposure therapy, I think that's what they call it. It'll show you like it's fucking possible. If you think being a fucking multi-millionaire at 18 is not possible, look at Moritz Neo. Sure, like there might be a lot of idiots who fucking fake it, whatever. I admire that guy. Moritz Neo. Genuinely one of the most genuine, the smartest human beings I've ever seen. If you think that you need to, like if you think you cannot sell high ticket shit or without like a sales call, look at Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is selling like $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $36,000 things. Like, I think that's not Russell Brunson. But yeah, he's selling like thousands of dollars worth of goods via a web page, via a website. And he did not have to get on a sales call. So it's absolutely possible. 100% it's possible, man. If you think that you need to get on a sales call for selling something for $36,000, look at Sam Owens. Sam Owens, literally, I remember he told that he had a mastermind called the Quantum Mastermind, which was basically like he had a course called Consulting Accelerator, then a mastermind for people who were making like multi 6 figures or 7 figures, I'm not sure. And he used to sell it by just talking to people in the emails. He used to send the invoice for $36,000 and people used to pay it without getting on a call. So just see people doing it. And if one person can do it, bro, you can do it as well. I know it sounds way too fucking wishy-washy, motivational, guru-ish, whatever. But people convince me, people brainwash me into believing like I could not do it. People told me like, yeah, sure, like those people can do it, but you're not like them. And it's pretty stupid. Because if he can do it, why the fuck can I not do it? Have that level of delusion, man. Because falling for shiny object syndromes, it's fucking terrible for your mental health. It makes a life absolutely horrendous, man. Just define the fucking problem in any field of life. And once you do, the solution will be in front of you. You can literally just ask ChatGPT how to fix the exact problem which you defined. Or just watch like 10 to 30 YouTube videos on the same and take action on it. And it's not really that difficult. Finding a YouTube video which will help you do all the things, fix all the problems, that's impossible. But having a small problem, it can easily be fixed by a YouTube video. By watching like 10 to 20, 30 different videos. And running away from pain is never going to be the thing which solves it for you, man. It wasn't for me at least. And yeah, that's literally all I had. I don't know what's in the description, but it's always going to be cool shit. If it's free, enjoy. If it's paid, I promise you get at least like 10 times the value back. Yeah, bye bye, man. Take care.